If you're a fan of the New York Jets, you know this by now. I'm not telling you anything you haven't already heard. You just can't have nice things. I'm Glenn Naughton with Jet Nation Radio and JetNation.com. Be sure to log into JetNation.com where you can register and become a part of what is the most active Jets message board on the web. You got to be kidding me. What did I say just last night? Just last night, looked at the roster and I started the show by saying, the highs and lows with this team when you're feeling good about something, something terrible has to happen. And we're not even feeling that great about this season. This isn't losing Aaron Rodgers for the year. I mean, you weren't going to be that good anyway. However, what has everyone universally been saying about this team? Well, at least the O-line is going to be good. You'll be able to keep games close, competitive, run the ball, blah, blah, blah. The O-line, that's the group that's going to carry, especially if Membu works out. You've got 4 really good, solid young starters and a 5th guy who's a first-round talent. This O-line can be special. No, it can't. No, it can't. Sorry, say the football gods. Alijah Vera-Tucker, in a light practice, or a light portion of practice, where there wasn't really much going on, apparently. This, according to, I believe, was Connor Hughes tweeted a few minutes ago. It was just light session. And Alijah Vera-Tucker, I've seen no details on what the injury is, only that it is a significant arm injury. Originally reported by Diana Rossini. Diana Rossini, remember her? The woman who didn't have any sources and had to make stuff up to stir the pot. Now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, no one has a problem listening to what she says. That's a whole different story. I just find it hilarious. It's like, if you're saying things I don't like, then you can't be trusted. That's like, if you're saying things that I can't refute, then I guess you're right, and I have to shut up. But regardless, Alijah Vera-Tucker done. No word on what the injury is. No definitive answer on how much time he's going to miss. He's reportedly getting a second opinion to determine whether or not he needs surgery. He is expected to miss significant time and possibly the full season. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make it up. I think that, a lot of people seem to be really happy about the fact that you've got Josh Myers as a backup and Tippmann will kick out to guard. But I'll tell you what, I think there are days where I watch Josh Myers and I think I might prefer Xavier Newman. I mean, listen, that's neither here nor there because it's going to be Josh Myers. But if AVT possibly out for the year, any chance of a long-term deal gone. Aaron Glenn said it a few weeks ago that the team was, leaning toward extending AVT with a long-term contract. I think I said at the time, I said, if he's healthy, if you're at game 10, game 12, and he still hasn't missed time, give him a deal. Because he stayed healthy last year. Missed one or two. Nobody cares. So he's healthy last year. If he'd stayed healthy again this year, I think he was going to get a massive, massive contract. But now, major injury, significant amount of time, possibly the season. I feel bad for the guy. I think best case scenario for him at this point is limit the amount of time he's out, come back, play at a high level, come back on a 1-year deal and try again. And you play, you stay healthy next year. Maybe they talk about a long-term deal. But it certainly isn't happening this year. And you can know, even if you bring him back, even if he plays well for 8, 9, 7, however many weeks, if he gets back on the field, you still got to take a guard. You got to draft a guard at some point. It's a big blow. It's a big blow. Joe Tippmann again. And, the bigger thing here is that just yesterday, we were talking about how Aaron Glenn was being a little bit evasive on the status of John Simpson. What if he can't go? Or what if he's 70%, 75%? Now you're just going to get murdered up the middle. I mean, I think you can live with a Newman-Myers type situation if one of them were playing. Both of them, teams are just going to attack wherever they line up, whether Newman's on the left or the right, teams are going to attack that side. and you're going to have a guy in Myers at center who's not very good. A lot of fans, I don't know if it's homerism, but people talk about the guy. Oh, look at all the starts. Right. Yeah, he started 50 games. And what did that get him when he hit free agency? A 1-year, barely over vet minimum deal. When he got 2-3 million, and he was out there for a while. So this isn't a starting player who was in demand because he was so impressive. He's a starting player who has some experience and brings some value, but hasn't been very good. Isn't nearly as good as Tippmann. But now he may be the starting center. I mean, that's kind of what I would expect. It's just it's not good. It's not a good situation. I think that you look at the practice squad. Cole Laval may come over from the practice squad. He's a guy I like, and I look at him and I think if you're going to run the ball 65-70% of the time anyway, which is what this team might do, give me Laval. Like that guy's he's looked like a road grader, at least on the roster. I'm not even saying start the guy, but I hope Myers is on a short leash. But I mean, really, in all honesty, if they're going to start him, that tells you that they I don't think they view anyone else on the roster as being a potential starter. So it's ugly, or it has the potential to get very ugly very quickly on offense for the Jets. You're going to have one guy playing out of position in Tippmann, although I don't think I'm alone when I say that he might be a better guard than he is center. So that's not necessarily a downgrade, but the downgrade is at center, like undeniably. And even if Tippmann is better at guard, I don't know that he's on AVT's level. I don't think he is at guard. So really, you're downgrading at a guard spot and you're downgrading at a center spot. So you got my biggest concern going into this game was Armand Membu trying to block JT Watt. TJ Watt. Did I say JT? JJ, TJ, JT, T, whatever. TJ Watt. My mistake. That's a hell of a matchup. A premier pass rusher going against the rookie lineman. It's like, all right, well, at least they're set at the other spots. So that can be the where the focus is. Now, rookie next to a guy who's out of position, next to a guy who's not nearly as good as the guy he's replacing. This whole, just run the ball all day and wear teams down just got a lot harder for Gang Green without Alijah Vera-Tucker. We will be back tonight to preview the matchup. There will be some changes to our notes. 7:30 we'll be on tonight to go over that. Just wanted to hop on quick, talk about the AVT thing. Listen, Jets are no stranger to the O-line injuries. Obviously, a whole new staff and new regime, but a lot of players in that locker room just a couple of years ago went through this. We'll see how they deal with it. I mean, they just can't have nice things. Have a good one, Jets fans.